All right, guys, so this video is fun here. A group called Climate Defiance, they tweeted this. Breaking, we just called Joe Manchin a sick fuck. We humiliated him in front of a herd of Harvard elites. He squared up. We held firm. Barbaric murderer, hideous fiend. He torches humanity and laughs. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. This should be interesting.
Joe Manchin sold our futures and you've gotten rich doing it. You sick fuck. How dare you? You sold our futures.
Jesus.
I'm not going to sit down. You've received more funding.
Wait, hold on. I already need to comment on this. Who's the dude who steps in between? Joe Manchin did pop up like he was about to throw a haymaker real quick. But somebody stepped in. Was that, you think that was a security guy?
Joe Manchin sold our futures and you've gotten rich doing it. You sick fuck. How dare
I like the way homie put every essence, every fiber of his being into the word fuck. He was like, you sick fuck. 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 He really, there's a real emphasis on it. Yeah, this dude a security dude. Let's watch again.
doing it. You sick fuck. How dare you?
Is that a security guy here? He just looks like another person at the meeting, right? He doesn't look particularly securitified, right? I made that word up, but you know what I mean. And then this dude straight up shoves homie onto Neptune. Jesus.
I'm not going to sit down.
Classic Joe Manchin. Smooth talking Joe Manchin. Y'all want to sit down somewhere so we could talk, so I can explain to you how me getting colossally wealthy off fossil fuels is actually acceptable, how me being a deeply, deeply corrupt official is totally fine. I can talk you into it. I can talk you into accepting it.
You've received more funding than any other senator.
You made millions out of your position. You drive a Maserati.
Valley Pipeline goes right through West Virginia, which are your constituents.
These people came here.
Support this pipeline.
The pipeline they should support because it has energy going to.
Not your futures, not your profits. The Valley Pipeline will eventually be the many pipelines that will eventually get to everybody.
What's the sign for yourself?
We'll get back on track here, guys.
Protect our futures, not your profits. Protect our futures, not your profits. Protect our futures, not your profits.
Look, I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the least. Listen, Joe Manchin was responsible for killing the overwhelming majority of Build Back Better, the original Build Back Better bill. That bill, if it passed, would have been the biggest transformation of the U.S. economy since the New Deal. The original provisions in that deal were phenomenal. I mean, we had like Medicare expansion where they lowered the Medicare age, which would have given millions of people more health care. There were so many good provisions in that bill. He killed the majority of that bill. I don't know what the exact percentage was, anywhere from 60% to 80 or 90%. He killed most of the good provisions of that bill. Him and Kyrsten Sinema are responsible for that. On that alone, they deserve to be protested everywhere they go. They want to keep us in this neoliberal hellhole that we call a country. Now, beyond that, what these protesters are bringing up specifically is that Joe Manchin has gotten personally wealthy from fossil fuels. At the same time, he blocks climate legislation so that we can make it so we have a livable future and we could fight back against climate change. So he puts his personal profit over the welfare of the entire country. Now, look, he may have also drunk the Kool-Aid and believed the propaganda that climate change isn't real or whatever. In fact, he likely has drunk that Kool-Aid, but I don't care. You should be shamed in public for this. In the same way that when George W. Bush goes anywhere, Dick Cheney goes anywhere, I mean, these are people who should be behind bars the rest of their lives for what they did to Iraq. They should. The torture, it's a war based on a total lie. Millions of people displaced, hundreds of thousands of innocent people killed, war profiteering left and right over it. These are people who should be behind bars. So am I going to lose sleep because there's no civility or decorum for them when they want to go grab a sandwich at the local deli? No. I think they've earned, at the very least, being this uncomfortable. Not a single person there made a threat, right? They just went in there and spoke their mind. And yeah, they interrupted and they were loud or whatever. I don't care. I support it. I like it. Do it to Joe Manchin. Do it to Kyrsten Sinema. Do it to all of these ghouls who are responsible for keeping our country not addressing these problems and, in fact, making the problems worse. Look, I get it, right? There's no civility, there's no decorum, this is rude. Yeah, well, you know what? When there's no actual justice, when there's no accountability, when there are no consequences for his corruption, this is the very least we could do, is shame them and make them feel uncomfortable. It's the very least we can do. So, I don't know. That's my take on it. Look, and I'm one of those guys. I'm highly critical of the way activists do their protest. I am. I've called it out before. I mean, what's a good example of me nitpicking? I would say I'm not a big fan of. I think one time there was an LGBTQ parade that was protested by climate folks, and it just struck me as like, well, why? They're not ExxonMobil. They're not the problem. Like, I didn't understand that. There's also the classic people attempting to ruin world famous art masterpieces for a cause. And even that, I'm like, this isn't doing anything. You're not gaining support. And there's nothing inherent in this type of protest, which is bringing about any kind of good result. So I'm a dude who's very critical of how you go about doing protests. I think protests should be super specific, targeted, highly organized, But I like this one. I'm fine with this one. Yeah, make him uncomfortable. Make all these assholes uncomfortable, without a doubt. He should, when he lays his head down on his pillow to go to sleep at night, he should be thinking, am I the fucking asshole? He should be thinking that. That's the very least we could ask. And so this is a kind of protest I could definitely get behind, even though I am a nitpicker and even though I am highly critical of the way many activists go about doing it. But climate defiance, I think they nailed it on this one. Go after the people with the money, with the power. Go after the people who are doing the corruption. This was totally nonviolent. This is how you do it. So more of this, and you just hope that with enough protests sustained and organized over enough of a long period of time, you sort of force some degree of an awakening. You force some degree of, I don't want, anywhere I go the rest of my life, I don't want to be protested if I do X. Therefore, let me do at least something somewhere in the realm of the right thing. Oh, that's the show. All right, guys. That's the show. I love you all very much. Everybody, please subscribe to the channel. Deeply, deeply appreciate it. Click the like button. Click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. And you can always support the show on Patreon. Much love to everybody who does that. Remember, I've never talked to an advertiser ever. You guys help fund this show from the ground up. So you could support below or you could tip with the thanks button on YouTube. All right, y'all. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.